What's up, everybody? This is my review of the Ganzo G711 folding knife. This is a copy slash rip-off slash homage of the Benchmade Onslaught. I haven't had one in hand by now, but I can't really tell if this is more like the regular sized Onslaught or the Mini. Just comparing it to my hand, I would have to guess it's more like the full-sized. So let's talk not specs first, but just materials. This is apparently a G10, a milled G10, and it's good. It's okay. It looks handsome, definitely. And this is what attracted me to this knife, because it was handsome. And I will annotate what I paid for it and what the weight is, and the other specs you can maybe make out by my comparisons to other blades later on. So this is my first problem I have with this blade. I tightened up the pivot screws. There are 2 torque screws, and it has an access lock. Now if you go to my channel page, you can see that I have more Chinese knives with access locks, mainly Anlan knives, and I absolutely love those Anlan knives with access locks, and this Ganzo I fucking hate. This is a fucking dangerous knife. So did you hear it click? Maybe a little bit, but the main problem I have is, look at this pin. Okay, you pull this pin back and you can move the blade freely. So just look how much I'm pressing on the spine of the blade and how much I have to actually pull it back to disengage it. So I'm pulling steadily a little bit. I'm pushing steadily a little bit on the spine of the blade. Now let's just see. There you go. There you go. This is all it takes. The camera won't focus, but you can see the action on it. Did you see that pin move? Again? A millimeter. So this is fucking stupid design. Just 1 millimeter engages this lock pin, lock bar. Here I have an Anlan EL02, and if you can see it like that, the stop pin is this one. That is the stop pin. Maybe get that out of the way. So quite a lot. It goes from all the way back there to there. So this has incredibly good lockup, and this one absolutely doesn't. The blade is full flat ground, has of course this tapering up top, and it's a full hand grip, but this finger choil is much too small. It's very, very, very sharp on the inside and even on the outside. The outside is not rounded off, it's sharp. So also the pocket clip, this part I had to bend down because it was sticking out like that. So you had basically 3 hot spots. One was the pocket clip, the second one is this finger choil, and the third one is all the edges, because they are too sharp. The thumb stud has also a torque screw, but it's Loctited way in there. You can't take it off, so you can't really flick it now because I tighten it down. And oh god, I really, really hate this engagement. It's really such a design flaw. The spring in there is much too weak. On some of the Enlan knives, it's a little bit too strong in the beginning, but it smoothens up a little bit after time. So this is really not a good knife. I repeat, not a good knife. Also, the blade thickness is not too wide, so you have quite a large gap in there, which is unnecessarily wide. Liners are not milled out, full flow through design. The pillars, yeah, look like an hourglass, some kind. Not too bad. Look-wise, this blade is nice. It's really nice, but I can't really use this knife and, you know, use it moderately hard or even for EDC tasks. Maybe for threads or cutting meat or something. It would do fine. But the 440C blade, which is adequate for that price, I think I paid $30 for it, or 32, something like that. The engagement of the lock. Well, some might argue, yeah, you don't really need a lock in a knife. Well, but if it has one, I want it to be reliable. So I really hate that knife, and I'm gonna probably sell it sometime soon. So it's really heavy. I'm just gonna compare it to some other blades right now, and every time I open this knife, I get rage because I don't hear it snap. So here's an Enlan EL04, also an axis lock. Very nice. So this is the size of that. Then the Enlan EL02. Those are all Chinese knives, and those are even cheaper than this one. Senran 763. This is a small one. Then everybody has a Spyderco Tenacious, right? This is what a lock engagement sounds like. Granted, this is a liner, but this is an axis lock as well. And you hear it. So, Kershaw Nerve / Blitz. Also in that size range. And yeah, medium cold steel Voyager. As you can see, the Voyager is has exactly the same length as the Tenacious, which you can't really, which you don't really think at first. So this one is kind of a larger blade than this. You can see it. Put this here on the bottom. So the Ganzo G711, not a good knife. Definitely not. Not worth $30, not even worth $15, because every time I would use this, well, I have different knives in my rotation, of course, but if I would use this, I wouldn't be confident that I wouldn't cut myself with it. Also, a lot of hot spots, heavy, poor lock engagement. The blade is adequately sharp, full flat ground, and it's a handsome blade. Full flat ground 440C, holds an edge decently, heat treat is okay. I just can't warm up to this knife. So thanks for watching. Don't buy this knife, even though there are some positive reviews out there. Probably those people haven't been true, or they really have different designed knives, differently designed knives. But this is not how a lock should operate. Just a millimeter of engagement surface. So thanks for watching. Have a good night. Roll Tide.